Squished by a ball.
You got me, first of all. Sorry, I'm on cameras now, guys, because the whiteboard nearly fell and took Sam out. So
Honestly.
I'm just showing you David, his that beautiful face.
Hi, everyone.
Stood there,
Good
waiting.
morning, good afternoon, good morning. It's 10 a.m.
Morning.
Sam's just sorting out the whiteboard. She almost got
love.
taken out, honestly.
I don't want that falling over in the middle of the show. That would have been a disaster.
That
Right.
wouldn't have been fun, would it? Right, everybody. I'm
Morning.
excited for this.
I am too. Do you want to introduce?
Oh, okay then.
Go on then.
Why
Let's
not?
have a change. Sick of my voice.
I don't think anyone will be sick of your voice.
I'm
Mel.
sick of my voice,
I'm sick
let
of my
alone
own
anybody
voice.
else.
Absolutely. When I get in my car on the way home, I just don't speak.
Me too.
I'm just silent. So, good morning, everybody. If you've just joined, of course, myself and Amanda for that fabulous soap making show, please make sure to check out your baskets. It was a wonderful hour sharing with you what is a beautiful artisan craft where you really go to the full length of soap making with a brand new piece of equipment. A few of them are still remaining in stock, so if you're lucky, you might be able to get your hands on one if you do go back to that show later on and check it out. Okay, so we're going to be taking you through a sublimation hour with brand new sublimation accessories for sublimating onto your wooden surfaces.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Now, before we do, we didn't draw a winner in the last hour because the screen went off seconds in.
It did.
So we spun the wheel. Mandy Anderson, you've won 150 points. Please can you message help at Highlight Crafts and we'll get those sorted out on your account for you. Right, sorry David.
Definitely.
Needs to do that. Otherwise Lewis is holding a board like this and his arm's going to drop off at some
We'll
point.
have another whiteboard fall in.
We will have another board fall in.
So, of course, Mandy, congratulations, you've won your points. As well, we are streaming live on Highlight Crafts Facebook and Instagram. Those are our two shoppable social platforms, okay? So if you're joining us on either one of those, we're going to share our products with you and every single product will have a code. So, for example, to go for one of your wooden sealers today, it's Shop Wood. So every single time you want to shop for something, where you type hello, good afternoon, or let us know what you're up to, that's also where you shop. It's super simple, it's like magic. To type that into the comments, automatically you will be sent a direct message from us at Highlight Crafts. So within your inbox, you'll see a message from us, and inside that message there will be a link. So during or after the show, go to that message, click on the link that you've been sent, and it'll redirect you straight away to the Highlight Crafts website. Now this is the exciting part because you'll see your basket already filled with the items you've shopped ahead for during the show. So it's all done and ready for you, just waiting for you to check out. Please make sure, though, to check out your items whilst being logged into your Highlight Crafts account. There are so many benefits of being a club member.
Oh,
it's fabulous. The lovely June this morning said to me that she got her full Cadence ink set today for 17 pence because all of her points she'd been building up.
Wow. We had a lady that's done her last 5 orders with the points.
I heard, yeah. I know. How amazing is that?
That's brilliant, isn't it?
That just shows how much you do get back. There's so many benefits of being a club member. It's not one of those things where you think, oh, I'll sign up, oh, am I going to be inundated with this, that and the other? No. It's all benefits, okay?
Absolutely.
So make sure to sign up for one of those. It's free to do so. You get free postage when you spend £35 or more with every purchase. You get discounts as well on every order that you check out, and you build up points. So with those points turn into pounds, which means discounts on your favourite items. All that being said, we are streaming live on the website as well for those of you who don't do social media. You can see us streaming live on the website. You can go to the schedule, go to today's deals, and actually build up a basket for the entire day, meaning one checkout, one postage of basically nothing, because of course it'll be over 35, and then you don't have to worry about anything.
Sorry, I'm laughing because Lewis has just walked over, put the clock on the board, and then gone. Oh, walked off.
Lewis did that.
Yeah, he went like that.
What, like a little dance?
Like a little that. I think
Right.
you should come and do it again. Come on, Lewis. Come on, no, do it over here. Come on, let's see.
No,
Come on! No, you're not getting away with it, pal. Come on,
He's
you're
not
up
gonna-
against
he's
me
not-
now.
is he gonna
Right,
come
do
up?
that then. Do it now.
Oh,
Sam,
there we
just have a
go.
look,
Should
quick
have
look.
seen it. It's
Come
doing
on,
the
come on.
the-
See, I tell you, I won't
The
give
hips are
up.
twisted. This is
Ready?
Lewis, everyone.
This is Lewis. It was one of them.
Have you
It's a
been on
new
camera
dance
before,
craze,
Lewis?
sweeping the nation.
Not by choice.
Ah, not by choice. There we
I've
go.
been behind it a couple of times.
Oh, there we go. Fabulous.
Brilliant.
Well, that's it. You can join us everywhere.
Well, here we go. Another hour, says Carol Lewis. I know, right? So, hi Mel, David and all the highlighters. I've just received my sublimation sprays.
Ooh.
So I am excited to get started. Well, Susan, we've got a new thing.
We've got a
today.
new
Well, in fact,
thing.
We've got a couple of new things today, which is exciting, isn't it?
do.
We do have a quiz for you as well. So I'm going to give you the first word, or the first clue. We've just worked out how to say it, but I'm not sure that I've
I still
actually
don't know
got
what
it.
it is.
Right, so we've got a 3-question quiz. First question is Aureolin, Oreo with Lin on the end, Aureolin is a shade of what colour? I know. Google's going to go boom.
It is. It's going to go, what are you talking about?
It is, absolutely. Right.
There you go. Get your answers in. Now, are the answers on there?
No, Hannah wouldn't give me the answers, so I can't even help you.
Great.
Right, let's talk about this brand new product. This is exciting. Wood.
Right, okay, so sublimation on surfaces. Some of them, of course, wooden surfaces can leach tannings through, and also the graining. This here for you is a wood sublimation stain. This is fabulous. It's a liquid form, so it's not aerosol, so you can use it, of course, in all safe parameters as well. You don't need a face mask. You don't need a well-ventilated area. It's brilliant. Now, you're getting here a huge bottle. It's a 500ml container. Now, this is your first set we're going to share with you. This is the high gloss one. So, for all of your wooden surfaces, chopping boards, whether it's going to be coasters, the trays, all of that stuff, you paint this on.
Wine boxes.
And then you can sublimate onto it as well. Same process as follows for this one. It is fabulous. Now it's going to be touch dry in 2 hours, surface dry in 24, and then it's cured after 72 hours. Okay. So with this one as well, you can cure in an oven under a heat press at 180 degrees. Okay, so 80 degrees for 20 minutes. Okay.
Brilliant.
So there's different processes for this one. So for our initial spray one, it was directly in the oven at 160 for 15 minutes. This one here, you don't have to do that, okay?
Right, brilliant.
So it's an 80-degree process, so it's much lower, okay, for 20 minutes. Or, of course, you've got the 72 hours curing process there, which is perfect. So for non-oven proof items, 72 hours, leave it for 3 days, and it'll be ready to go.
Brilliant.
There's a process there that's happening. There's a reaction.
It's a chemical reaction.
Yeah.
And it's all the molecules that have to bond together, because sublimation works with heat, the correct ink, and the correct product that you're putting it onto. And as that heat hits that ink, it almost turns into a gas and it bonds it to that sublimation coating. So it doesn't sit on top of the surface, it goes into the fibres of the surface.
It does.
So MDF, wood, fabric, all those different things. The key is, find that wall, David.
Why is it ever funny, is it, when you get your funny bone?
No, it's the opposite, isn't it?
It's
ironic,
miserable.
that. So it actually bonds onto the surface itself. So when you wash it, nothing happens, because it's literally been like it's been manufactured professionally, which is brilliant. But you can use your own artwork and all of that digital library that we've been building with you over the last few months. This is going to be amazing.
Absolutely,
so that's the high gloss shop wood. $24.99 for that. You've got a £5 saving on a brand new product.
That's a good price.
Then you'll get your club discount. Then you'll get your loyalty points. If you're buying both, you'll get free shipping.
Yes, you
will.
will.
So Shop Wood will get you that one. Shop Sheen is going to get you your satin finish. A third of the gloss. A third of the gloss is already allocated in people's baskets. I'm thinking about that set of trays that we do.
The 6-piece set of trays, imagine all those. You don't need to, and you don't have to put them in the oven. Just leave them to cure.
Absolutely.
Then sublimate on the surfaces. There's lots of wooden items out there that are not suggested for oven-proof curing, okay? That's what this is for.
Yes.
That's going to take all of that out of the equation.
Absolutely.
Safer, easier, craftable. Everyone can get involved in something like this. Yeah. And it's not an aerosol as well, because a lot of you, of course, were saying you didn't want the aerosol version. We've brought these instead.
10% of Sheen now. And what you get when you buy with us here at Highlight Crafts is the peace of mind that you know that if you've ever got a problem with anything that we sell, you pick up the phone, you send an email, and we deal with it. Our customer service is incredible. I mean, we go above and beyond all the time for you guys, because you're so important to us, and as crafters we want you to have the best. So this isn't UK only, because it's not an aerosol.
No.
Which is great, right? That's brilliant. But you've got your two different ones. If you can stretch to it, go for both, because you'll get a really nice high sheen on one and a satin finish on the other. That's going to be great for doing wood. 33% of the sheen has now allocated. Yes. I think you're buying both and getting to that fabulous, that free postage. Great shout. Savvy crafting that. Savvy shopping. I love that.
Definitely.
Right, so those are our two brand new items for that. Now we've still got some of the gloss. Now this is UK only because it's an aerosol. This is the gloss, isn't it? So
I mean, there's not much of this left at all.
No, there isn't. There's less than a handful of units left. That's what we've got left. So last week we showed you the white spray, which is for base coating, isn't it? For your darker colours. And then this goes on top, and then you sublimate. But you can use this by itself.
Yes, you can use it. You don't have to use the white undercoat. Now, the way that we looked at it, of course, was the fact that if you're using the gloss, okay, and use the white as well, it would bring out the coloration of your print, so it'd be stronger. Now, of course, if you're going to go into things like glassware, you can go straight on with the gloss and just sublimate. You don't need to put an undercoat there as well. The undercoat process is purely to put a white base down.
Like you do with your rice papers, right?
Exactly that, okay. When you print onto paper and you print it onto a white piece of paper, the colours are stronger opposed to print on a piece of black card. It's exactly the same as that. But with the gloss spray, of course, it's an oven curing process. So once you've sprayed this, leave it for 5 minutes to naturally air dry. And then its cure time is 15 minutes in a 160-degree oven, okay? And that's whether you're going on to something like glassware. If you are going on to a safe wood to work with, so maybe like an MDF, that is fine to go in at 160, never exceed that temperature. Or, of course, other surfaces that are oven safe as well, and of course will tolerate temperatures. It's an aerosol medium. It's super easy to use. It distributes ultra fine as well. No dripping, no pooling, which is what I love about this. But if you are using multiple products, so you are using your undercoat, just spray this into a different direction as you did your white.
Okay, 66% of the wood, so the high gloss one, is now allocated in people's baskets. 80% of the sheen.
Oh my goodness.
You're going to have to be quick with these, but the other thing you need to do is check out your baskets, because at any point someone can come along and take that out of your basket, put it in theirs, pay for it, check out, and it's theirs.
I love
so
this
I don't
stuff.
want
It's
anybody
fab.
missing. I'm really excited about that. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
We've had a question about when we're getting the sublimation printer back in. As soon as it's available, we will be getting them back in stock for you. Right, paper now. We've got the paper back in stock. So you're getting 40 sheets. It's 120 GSM, which is perfect because literally this is what you're using to transfer your image onto those products.
Yeah.
And it's $15.99 for 40 sheets. I think that's a cracking price.
Do you know what? I think that's incredibly affordable.
It
I mean,
is.
that's a brilliant price for 40 sheets. Now, I did think with a sublimation printer, the accessories and the consumables are going to cost me an actual fortune, and they don't.
They don't.
This spray, you get so much in there. The paper, you're getting 40 sheets for under £16, then minus your club discount. This means for you, it's a craft where that initial expenditure is actually being the machine itself, okay, and the rest of it comes easy. Now, you're going to use content, whether it's photographs, Micro Studio, all of that sort of stuff, but sublimation paper is the key to go. You can't use any standard paper for this one. It transfers the ink in the correct way. Now, when it prints out, it will be a much softer image, almost like you feel like it's not printed properly.
Yeah, it does. It's really disappointing.
And I feel
I'm going to be honest.
It's still for me mind-boggling that you can have a soft print and it becomes stronger.
Yeah, because of that chemical reaction.
It's all in the beauty of it.
Clever, isn't it?
And of course, you load it into your printer with the sublimation text facing up.
Yep.
So it goes into your printer with, of course, the white side facing down, because as it comes through the printer, it's going to roll like this, and the heads are going to go onto it this way.
Absolutely.
And it's instantly dry when it comes out.
And we chose one that says sublimation on the back of it, so you know which side to use.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
40
I will
sheets.
say that when I first did it, I put it in with that facing down, and it printed on here. So it has to go in so that when you open your tray, you can see the writing on the back, which is fab.
Definitely.
So, shop paper. We've got it back in stock for you, 40 sheets for $15.99. You don't ever want to run out on that. I'd spend a whole day just printing all sorts of different stuff.
I would as well. I'd do all my different designs. I'd have loads printed. And then, of course, if you're making your own little Facebook page or your own little Etsy shop or your own Instagram and it's your makes. I know Jane that works here, she has started with resin and she's now got her own little shop going on where she sells her crafts.
It's great,
and she's getting her neighbours, her friends, her family, everyone getting involved.
Wood and sheen have both allocated.
Oh, right. Okay.
Wow. Okay, that
Wooden
went
sheen
fast.
can't be seen.
That went very fast.
They've gone.
Right, well done if you've got that. I can't wait to see the results that you get. But make sure you follow the instructions to the letter. There's no quick fix. You've got to be
use
patient.
a soft brush as well, a very soft brush.
Yes, absolutely. Right, next, we've got a heat kit for you. So we've got a couple of things a few things that are crucial. So you've got your tape. This is heat resistant. I was going reactive. No, that's not the word. Heat resistant tape. Now, it's a one-use tape, but it's important that you're taping down your images so that they don't move during the pressing process.
Yes.
Because you end up with a little blur if it moves, and then you've wasted it.
Like
and
a
that's
ghost
really
image,
annoying.
like a drop shadow.
Yeah. So you're going to get a full roll of that. You're also going to get a very long length of your heat words, Melanie.
Heat resistant.
Heat resistant. That word, what is it with resistant
I don't
today?
know.
I don't
funny on
know.
that
There's
one.
something going on.
Yeah.
Heat resistant sheet, that's going to last you a lifetime.
So you always want to put this over the top of your paper
Yes.
so your iron isn't making direct contact with the paper.
Yes.
That goes in between it so you're not scorching the image.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we've got this fabulous little heat press.
I love this tool.
I
It's
do too.
so good. And
It's
do you know
cool,
what?
isn't
It's
it?
also great, even if you're not using it for sublimation, for things like shirts, sleeves and collars and irons. I used it for that. And it's fabulous because you've got
Absolutely.
rounded corners all the way around.
Fabulous.
So it's a flat iron, and that's what's important for this, and it has to be dry as well
Yes.
with no steam. It's got a 3 heat setting. I'm always using it on the top setting, which is 180. It will drop down, press it 3 times, and it will of course also change it as well for you to Fahrenheit,
Yep.
depending on what you're working. It will beep when it's ready,
It will.
and it will beep when it turns itself off. It's got its own cutout thermostat inside there, so once it's been left to sit for over 5 minutes, it'll turn itself off. It'll think you're done with it.
It will.
Okay, and that's a safety feature.
It's brilliant,
That
isn't
you've
it?
got a heat-resistant mat.
Yep.
A little holster for it as well.
Also comes with the correct electrics, which you would expect, and also this lovely little bag that you can store it in, so
I'd
you
keep
can get rid of
everything in
that.
there.
I would,
Yeah,
absolutely,
a whole
all of
lot.
it together. So all of that is shop heat, $66.97.
Great price.
Right, it is. And then you get your discount and your points back. I mean, yeah.
Fab.
Right, shop tote next is going to get you 3 of these long handled totes. These are going to be brilliant for gifts.
They're so silky soft.
Imagine this for a bride on a wedding morning, and you've got lots of little treats
Yes.
inside there, a few chocolates, bottle of champagne, a little bit of maybe a makeup spray,
Yeah.
all sorts of different things
Maybe
in there,
she's
but
going away on the honeymoon.
personalised.
Wedding picture.
Yes, absolutely.
Beach
How
bag.
cool is that? It gives me goosebumps just thinking about that.
What a holiday.
Yeah, no, no, not time for a holiday. Shop tote, you're going to get 3 of them for $17.99. What a great gift.
Absolutely great gift. And it's polyester, right?
Yes. So the way that sublimation works is it needs a high polyester content. That's what the sprays do. But in normal fabrics, etc., you need that high polyester because it's the heat and the ink that react with that polyester that creates that chemical reaction and bonds it onto the surface.
Yeah.
So they call prepared for print pieces, and these are exactly that. So shop tote is going to get you 4 of those. Now shop towel, I just like these as tea towels,
I do, I
sublimated
think
or
they're
not.
great.
I think they're really lovely. They're a waffle texture. Doesn't make any difference with this texture. You still get that fabulous, fabulous finish with them. You're getting 4 of them for $17.99. You've got a £5.97 saving. And look at the difference. I mean, look how beautiful that is. That's in the fibres now of that material. It's not ironed on like a heat transfer vinyl. That's bonded into those fibres now with a chemical reaction. High polyester content, correct ink, correct heat. That's the image that you get. Isn't it fantastic?
And it never washes out.
Never. Imagine if you make and sell already, all of these things you can add to the items that you sell. You know, it's just going to boost. This
They're
is
lovely.
actually a business in a box.
Oh, it is. And of course, we've said that a few times about something, but this is like...
Absolutely.
It takes you through so many different times of the year, takes you so many different processes, giftables, accessories. I mean, if you were to think about it, okay, those tote bags, $17.99 for 3 of them. If you were to go onto a website now where you send your own photograph and they print it for you and post it out to you, you'd pay more than that for 1.
Yeah. £6
You're
a bag.
saving before you've even actually done it.
It's great, isn't
Yeah.
it? Absolutely great. I've noticed some of the designers like Kath Kitston and people like that are doing bags now for Tesco.
Yes.
You know, like I bought one and it was $5.99,
Yeah.
and it's lovely, but it's not personalised.
It's not
That's
handmade.
the difference, and I can't use my sublimation with it. So if you want 4 of the towel, shop towel, $17.99. Now we've got mouse bats back in. These are 250 millimetres by 180 millimetres. You're going to get 3 of them, again with a £5.98 saving. Shop mouse, and it's $17.99 for 3. These are fabulous. Pictures of the kids, pictures of your pets, pictures of whatever you've got on your phone. You can literally send it to the printer or your Minecraft Studio designs and print them off and then apply them to a mouse mat. I love these. I did one for Mick with Bo on, our dog, and he went in and he went, how on earth have you done that? How much did that cost? I went, well, actually, we did it at work. He's like, seriously? I was like, yeah, absolutely.
They're fab.
It's brilliant, isn't
They're
it?
so good. Honestly, they're
They're
brilliant.
fantastic.
I mean, when you're doing personalisation with this, whether it's a mouse mat for a computer, a laptop, or of course, if you're going to have it just on the table as a drinks mat
Love it.
as well,
Yeah.
they wipe clean.
Absolutely. Great shout. Right, so shop mouse,
I love the
They do
smell.
smell quite nice, don't they?
I love that smell.
I know. Shop Mouse, $17.99. And now we've got some cushion covers for you. We haven't done these before, David. Look at these.
Look at these silky
Now,
ones.
again, these are prepared for print. So you can instantly print off your design or create your design, print it off, press it onto your cushion, and you've got your own personalised cushions. How fab are these going to be?
Do you know what I want to do with this?
What do you want
I
to
want
do?
to do like florals in all of the corners,
Yep.
put beautiful rice paper decals in the centre, and do a full cushion cover with this. That's what I want to sit down and just do, because it just looks wonderful. And these,
Amazing, isn't it? They're a lovely quality.
look at the finish of those.
I know. They've got that sheen to it, haven't they? That silky sheen.
These
I love
cushion
these.
covers, I
Four
mean-
of them, $19.99.
Stop it.
Nope, you've
Oh
got
my God.
£7.97 saving. Four of them for £5 each before you
Less
could
than
discount.
a fiver. Oh my gosh. Less than a fiver for a cushion cover.
It's great, right?
You couldn't even buy a blank one
That you
for
can
that.
personalise. That's the bit, right? It's that personalisation. So if you want those, shop cushion, $19.99. Now we also have some MDF towel. 20% of the towels are now allocated. It's all going on, isn't it?
My goodness.
These would be great, wouldn't they? Your
I
personalised
just,
cushions.
I can
love
see them
that
at
idea.
home. I can see where they're going. I can see who I'm gifting
all your
for.
beautiful designs that you've got.
I'm thinking about that. The nieces and nephews, the grandkids, their favourite characters. And obviously, of course, when we share with you our designs here, we've got Angel Policy. But if
Yeah.
you're gifted and you want to put Peppa Pig on there, or you want to put all of those different things, if you're just gifting those, then what, you know, use your own photographs, make it personal. I know for a fact my nephew would be like, oh, can I have one here? Can I have Paw Patrol on there? And I'm gifting it.
This would be really good as like a collage of all your pictures.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? You could
Yeah.
do that. That would be really cool.
Just always make sure, of course, the artwork that you're using,
Yes.
you've got the license to be able to do so,
Yes.
whether obviously you're choosing to work with it. But I think you've got complete free reign to just go wild with these.
that, isn't it?
That's, I mean, around your home, seasonal Christmas. Think of all the rice paper USBs we've done for Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Christmas cushions, they're going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, now, it also works on MDF with the sprays that we had on last week. So we're bringing you the MDF back because we've got a few left. Not a lot. This is the third round of these. So Shop Desk is going to get you the desk tidy. Now, it comes in flat pieces of board. It tells you that it's for the desk tidy. If you go onto the product on the website, you will see a downloadable PDF that shows you each piece laid out and which piece of this it is. So make sure that you're doing that. We've also got SVG files that work with the outsides of the boxes. So you can literally choose your paper, cut it out with your SVG file on your scan and cut, and then cover the pieces. However, sublimated, it looks incredible.
piece.
And do you know what I love about it? You know, sometimes when you get these notches and all that kind of thing, and your slits and your slots, and you've got to put it all together, you can't put any paper or glue or paint anywhere near those, because what happens is that it makes the MDF expand, and then you can't get the notch in the slot. Doing it this way, look at this. This is amazing, David. Look at that. That is bonded into the surface now of that MDF.
Wow.
You're not scratching it off. You could aquastone it if you wanted to after you've built the whole thing. But what a great opportunity. Who knew MDF? That's a game changer.
It's fabulous. I love as well, this one's been done with the satin, which gives you a glorious
lovely,
finish.
isn't
You
it?
could use the gloss here if you wanted to.
I love that
But
idea.
that was used with the white undercoat and then, of course, the satin on top, which gave that finishing effect. But with your MDF, remember, you could be using your wood stains
Yep.
as well with those ones. It's entirely up to you which one you want to go for. But this just gives a completely different finishing
Well,
result.
you could do that on the outside, and then you could do your papers on the inside,
Yes.
couldn't you? Because you can make it all match. Right, 40% of the cushions are now allocated and in people's baskets. That's a cracker.
I was going to demo them, but I don't think there'll be any left.
Well, maybe not. Shop Desk will get you your MDF desk tidy. Shop Recipe is going to get you this lovely little piece here with all your little recipe cards in there. So maybe you want to organise, not use it as a recipe box at all. Maybe organise your photographs. Maybe you've got old letters from loved ones that you want to store. Whatever you want to keep in it, it's just a lovely box with the fabulous dividers inside. That's Shop Recipe. $19.99, and then this one's cute. This is your secret. This is where you store your stash. You know that stash? It looks like a really
My
pretty
favourite,
ornament.
this one.
But when you lift it up, look, you've got the little drawers inside. It's cute, isn't it? I mean, you could use that as a pen pot if you wanted to and have this at the side of it. So you're getting a two
Ooh.
for there. But I love that. It's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
for
it's that little
coasters,
secret. Yeah, coasters
all
we
that
said would be
stuff,
great.
yeah.
Just pops back inside like
Middle of your
that.
dining table, get
Yep.
all the coasters out. My
Absolutely.
partner's dining table has drawers underneath the dining table that are hidden, and that's where the placemats and everything are kept. But that in the middle, decorated, would look great.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shop Pull, 19.99. Right, David. Do you want to
Okay.
go back and
Yeah, sure,
go and get ready
absolutely.
for a demo?
I'll have a
just
little look.
recap this quiz. Okay, so I've got to remember how to pronounce it now. Aureolin is a shade of what colour? I can't help you because I don't know, which is really bad. Right, what is a word, phrase, number or other sequence of characters that reads the same backwards as forwards?
Oh,
I know that one.
Like the word Hannah.
What's it called? What's that called?
I know it, but I've forgotten it.
I know what it is.
I know it.
I can't tell you because I'll be telling everybody.
Oh, this is gonna
Fiona J just bought both the wood sublimations, checked out and used points. Yay, thanks Highlight, you're very welcome. You're welcome, absolutely. Right, those are your quiz questions. Right, lovely. Are you ready? We've got stars, comments and questions. Right, bear with, let me find them. Oh wow, there's a few here.
Ooh.
Okay, so I've prepped MDF with the spray sublimation. Is one different? I've prepped MDF with the spray sublimation. Is one different? Carol, can you just let me know what... I don't understand that question.
No, I'm not
Is one
sure.
different? Can you just message in and just be a little bit more detailed, darling, please?
Absolutely.
Right, next one is... Can you on MDF as well?
You can do a few things on it.
Can you sublimate on MDF as
Yes.
well? I think she's asking. Yes, Fiona, you can, but you need to use those sprays first.
Yeah, absolutely. You
So
use
the whites
sprays
first.
Yeah. If you're going to go on with the wood sealer, the one that we've had on today, which has just sold out, you can still use that. But of course, do bear in mind that it's not going to be white underneath. So your image is going to be on top of a tanning, okay? Which will look really nice, but it depends on what result you want to go for. You could do a few pieces and test it.
Yep. Davina Robertson, so the wood sublimation doesn't have to go in the oven to cure.
The wooden
Question
sealer
mark.
one, no, it's
No.
you've got a 72 from the direction, 72 hours, or of course you've got your 80-degree curing process.
Tell you, it's going to get better. This. Right, Maureen C just put both wood sublimations and already checked out. Don't want to miss out. Good shout, Maureen. Well done, you. That's savvy shopping. Right, my lovely. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, I thought something was coming then. I was like, oh, I'm ready.
I'm ready. You ready?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
to me.
ready.
Okay, so, of course, with your sublimation printer, lots of you at home already do have yours. As Mel said, we are working to get it back in for you, so please hang fire. I'm just going to drag and drop an image onto here that we can sublimate. Now, I'm also going to run through the printing process with you as well. I've got my USB here, which has got some pictures on it. I've got a picture of our Snoop here. This is our lovely Amber's dog.
Look at him.
his ears, they're blowing in the wind.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't it adorable? He's so cute.
I don't think I've ever seen a long-haired dachshund before.
Oh, he's got that long
He's
hair.
gorgeous, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's super cute.
Oh, look at him.
He's an old boy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the rectangular softer edges on the photograph, so it's going to fade it out, and then I'm also just going to round it as well. So it's just
Look
going to do
at
an
that.
oval. It's so cute.
That is really cute.
And then I'm going to pop it just here, and then I don't want to waste this space on it because I'll be printing a whole page and wasting the rest of that. So if I just nip into my USB, on here we've got that field of flowers. So I could actually pop a couple of my images on here as well. If you didn't go for this download, it was on yesterday, you'll still be able to get it on the website, okay? And we could do all sorts on here. I could pop just a little border on. Let's have a look. Down here, horizontally, just going to put this border on there, like that. And then I'm also going to put some flowers on here as well. Let's have a little look at some flowers we could use to put with our little Snoop dog. There we go. I'm going to put these ones here, and then I'm going to grab another set.
Maureen's asking what size the cushion covers are. I'm going to say they're approximately about 14 to 15 inches square.
Yeah, I think they're a standard 40 centimetre square ones,
Yeah.
those, I think. So, you know, your normal fill-ins would work really well for those.
Look how lovely this is.
So I'm just sort of infilling these areas, and I don't have to worry too much about getting close to this image because if there's no ink there, that's not going to transfer.
No.
So I pop those there, and then I'm just going to use, let's grab another one. That's a beautiful image, that is.
So yeah, they're all lovely, aren't
Oh, and
they?
this stunning, this download is just fabulous. If you missed the show yesterday, you can still get it, of course, it's a download. So you'll find it on the website. I'm just going to enlarge this one. And then I'm going to send it to print.
Would you recommend putting your margin on in Minecraft Studio?
So if I was to go for my margin...
I like to have that, and it gives you that black line, so you know that you're not going to go over the edge.
Yes, absolutely. Now, there's a few tips with that margin. With this margin here, if I'm printing this onto a standard laser printer, it will of course print within that line. If you're going to print on an inkjet printer, some of them, it will take a margin of about 1 inch, and that's your printer settings, okay? So I could put this within my line margin there, but it would still chop off that section.
Right.
With our inkjet printer here that we have at Highlight Crafts, it does that, okay? So I'm always cautious of that, just to tuck it in a little bit. So it's always worth, it's like if you're printing your reflections and you chop off part of it. Yeah, absolutely. But some don't. Your sublimation won't either, which I love, because when we do go into print it, okay, now this one's already connected to our printer, I'm just going to go into more settings down here, okay? And what I'm going to do is, its paper size is set to letter. If I was to print this now, I'm in my mind printing an A4, but the machine's printing a letter size, which means it's going to squish everything down. Everything's going to look distorted. So what we want to do is change it to A4, okay? Also in our advanced settings, it's got mirror print on, which means it's going to flip every single image. I'm going to take the mirror setting off for now. The reason why I've taken mirror setting off is that's only really something you'd want to use if you've got text on there, because essentially you're flipping the image. So it will flip it once I've printed it, but once I've transferred it, but I don't mind about that. So it's up to you which way you want to do it. So essentially, when Snoop is sublimated, he's going to be now facing the right, and I'll be able to show you that, okay? But if you're using text, always leave that mirror function on.
Okay.
Also, if you're in Minecraft Studio and you're thinking, oh, I need to flip my text, don't. I've been there. I flipped the text, printed it, and it flipped it back round, and I thought, what on earth is happening? But the printer is that clever, it does it for you. So we're going to send that to print, and what's going to happen is it's going to send it straight to our printer. Never turn your printer off. They always suggest leaving it on because it does updates and it self-cleans, okay? If your printer is left unplugged for weeks on end, it's not doing its general maintenance. It's kind of like a fancy swimming pool that cleans itself. It's like it does its own little things, and you'll be able to hear it from time to time. It wakes up, it does a little cleanse, and it goes back to sleep. It means those heads aren't drying up on the printer. It's going to print it for us, and you can hear how silent this is.
It's super quiet.
It's whisper quiet, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's even quieter than your scanner coat when it's working.
Is.
You can't hear it. Well, there's a very, very low hum to it.
You can tell it's on.
Yeah, you can tell it's working.
Tell it's on. That's it.
But
it's
yeah,
fab.
Davina Robertson says, with my inkjet, I have the option to use borderless.
Oh, that's a great shout. Some do have it. The one that we have, trust me, I went through every option that there was, and it doesn't.
Well, we got the eye roll and the nostril flare there. That really did your head in, didn't it?
Don't have it. I'm really happy for you, though.
Yeah. Congratulations, Davina. Right, while we're waiting for that to come out, let's recap these quiz questions.
Okay,
I'm going to come out of this show about 15 minutes early because I need to go next door because we've got the latest offering from the Tattered Lace Archive for your scan and cut. Oh my goodness.
Was that what was on this morning?
Super busy this morning. Right, so first question. Aureolin is a shade of what colour? Question number 2. What is a word? Let me spell that for you. Aureolin. Aureolin.
Do we have a clue?
I don't know. Hannah's done it.
Do you know it?
What is a word, phrase, number, or other sequence of characters that reads the same backwards as forwards? And what city is known as the Eternal City? I don't know that one either. I'm rubbish at quizzes. I'm rubbish at quizzes. I spend too many hours.
I'm good at quizzes, but not them questions.
Davina says, jealous much, David? Ha ha.
Yeah, just a little bit.
That kind of girl, that. Get a little bit of sass going on there. I love that. Give it back. I love that. Right, so the thing that I would say when you're printing off your sheets, because we've got the paper back in stock, it's shop paper, you get 40 sheets for $15.99. I don't know when here, $19.99. Don't forget as well, you're going to get your discounts off this, so you're going to get your percentage discount off as a club member, then you're going to get your points put back on, get your basket to over £35, and it's free shipping, which is brilliant. So you've got all the plus points and none of the negative points. We do quizzes, we play games, we do all sorts of stuff. Spread the word that we're here. We're building this amazing craft community back up again, because we lost it, didn't we, when Crate and Craft went for the second time. I know, it's been a couple of years, let's put it that way. But what you've got the guarantee with us here at Highlight Crafts that we will look after you. Our customer service is exceptional. And everybody in the business, you come first to every single one of us, because without you, we're not stood here. So, right, David, are we ready? Now, this is the disappointing bit.
Well, you take it out, so
And
it's
you're
done
like,
its job.
"Oh."
And you think, well, that's faint.
You do,
It's
I
not-
did.
Yeah, but do you know what? This is where the magic happens.
Absolutely.
Now, I've got a few surfaces here that I've used with our aerosol sublimation sprays, okay? The wooden one that sold out this morning, well, a few minutes ago, we're going to be working on getting that back for
Absolutely.
you, okay? And then we can do more education provided for that, because a lot of you at home are going to be expecting that to come. So don't worry, we're going to be then continuing with that further in shows. But I'm going to show you just some results that you're going to get with this. Is that all right with everyone?
Absolutely.
So what we're going to do first is cut out our images, because we've got this whole now decoupage sheet or icon sheet, if you like. So I'm just going to use my scissors to snip around my images, and I don't have to be precious with this point, and you don't have to be either, because none of that ink is going to transfer where there isn't any, if you get what I mean. So what I'm going to do is place my image on my MDF project just here on my chopping board. And of course, it could be on your desk tidy, it could be on anything at all, but we've got our lovely Snoop, and I can see the image through the paper as well. And if you can slightly see that ghost image there, it's great, because where the darker pigmentation is, it means I can line it up. So I can place that on here, and I can see exactly where he's going to be. All right?
Perfect.
So I'm going to take my tape just here. Let's have a look.
Now yours will be slightly different. It's a different colour. Stephanie changed it. It works in exactly the same way.
Yes.
You just use, it's just a different colour.
That's it. Literally, it makes no difference to the product.
But this bit's important, isn't it?
This bit's really important. So what we're doing here is taping it down. Now, what I'm going to do halfway through this is I'm going to peel it up to have a little look. So I've got this area here as I can peek, okay? And I've also got that side I can peek. The top and bottom, I want to not really fully remove that. And what I'm going to do to ensure I'm definitely not taking that off and repositioning it is I'm just going to put another piece of tape towards the top section to create a little bit of a hinge for us, okay? Just like that. Now we've got our little heat press set to temperature. Of course, if I hold this down, it's going to turn it off like that, and it will turn itself off. Turn it back on. Okay, it's on level 3 already, 180 degrees. We can change it to Fahrenheit just with 3 clicks, but 3 clicks back to 180.
And it tells you that on the actual press itself.
Yeah, on the press itself, you've got a little instruction sheet there, so a gentle reminder that you can just use as a reference every time you're using it.
And you also get a manual.
You do.
As well. So
Absolutely.
look at this, look.
You get the whole...
Shows you what it does, low temperature, medium temperature, high temperature, gives you all the dimensions on there as well. So you're getting that in the box with that heat press as well. It's also good for your heat transfer vinyl, that.
Ooh, that's a good shout.
It's really good.
Now what I'm doing is I've popped the heat press directly on top of my image, and I'm going to do this probably in about 3 sections. I'm going to hold it down without ironing, okay? So you might be inclined to start spreading and moving the iron around, okay? Now, instead of spreading and moving the iron around, keep it in one directional place. With ironing, of course, you don't want to burn your garment, so you keep it moving and it pushes the creases out. With this, you want that heat to permeate through. So we've used our Teflon sheet here as an instant barrier to stop direct contact with that iron, and that's really important. You don't want to scorch your paper. It will actually do quite a lot. Now, what's happening here is that heat is transferring through, and there's now actually a chemical process happening. You can't smell anything, you can't see anything until you take the iron away. And what happens is it takes the actual scientific processes with sublimation. You've got your print, and it skips liquid form and goes straight to a gas and then a finished result, okay? So it's a molecular process, it's a fusing, it's a bonding process, okay? So that image is transferring from that sublimation paper directly onto that contact polymer surface. So it has to be polymer or a high content of polymer. Otherwise it will not transfer, and if it does transfer, it won't be permanent. So if you've got cotton t-shirts, you'll get a faint image and it'll probably wash out in the first run through, if that, and it might smudge. If you're going onto a polyester, instant transfer, consistent results. And that's what you want to achieve with this. And of course, with the polyester surface, you can still treat it the same way as washing it, but of course, just use lower temperatures when you're ironing it for permanent processes. But we're going at 180 degrees here.
Can I overheat?
When you're talking about overheating, I've not found anywhere yet I've overheated anything at all. If you've got something like your mouse mats, or you've got, I don't know, a surface that might be a little bit more temperamental to temperature, I would just stay within no longer than 1.5 minutes with a consistent, area that you've placed it in. But remember, these sprays that you're using, you're going into a 160-degree oven, and that's for 15 minutes. So you're not really going to exceed that with a minute with a heat press. you know, you're pretty good to go. But I found that when I'm working with glassware, I like to keep it on for a minute, take it off and replace it, just so I'm not really... The thing is with glass, if you've got a large glass surface and you've got a really hot temperature in one area and the rest of it's cool, glass can expand and then, you know, it retracts. Very minimal, but it does. So if you've got a centre of your glassware that's super hot and the rest of it's cold, that middle's trying to expand and it's being pushed against that by the surrounding area. That's where you can cause a crack. I've not had it happen yet. None of us have had it happen.
No.
We've tested tons of it, but it's not happened yet. But it can do.
Yeah.
But you just want to make sure that you're doing gentle, intermittent temperatures. It's like when Amanda was talking about melting the wax in a microwave, 30-second runs. Just keep going back to it. Now, I'm just going to quickly take this off and have a look at what we're getting so far, because you can see my image is transferring perfectly. So I want to continue this down just to the bottom edge, because that's where I've left it on for the least amount of time. It's so exciting.
And do you know what? The look on Amber's face when she sees this is going to be the best feeling in the world
And that's what you'll get.
for her, because she's getting a personalised item, but also for you. It's that, wow, you've actually taken the time and made that, personalised it for me. And this year I'm all about not buying gifts, but making them.
Yeah.
Because I think giving your time to somebody is the most precious thing you can share with somebody. And it just means a lot. I know Carol Lewis messaged in the other day and said she'd done everything for a friend's birthday. She made the paper, the card, the bag, the gift, all of it. She said, and his friend said it was the best present she'd ever received.
Oh my goodness,
so you get the joy of making it, and they get the joy of receiving it, but you get the joy of seeing what they look on their face, because that's just so, it gives you goosebumps. It's so heartwarming, isn't it?
It really is.
So this is a great way of doing that as well.
I'm so excited for this.
I know. Look at that.
There's our Snoop. Look at him. So that image
Blowing in the
faded
wind.
out. Honestly, he is, isn't he? So that means then I can bring in my flowers and start to then decorate these around the edges. So let's go in with this smaller floral
How
here.
lovely is that?
Honestly. And you can overlap your sublimation as well. You could then sublimate here and bring it into that image.
Yep.
So I'm going to go in with this one, and I've got a larger one. So this one is probably going to be better suited towards the top here. And I'm looking at it, and I probably want it so that this floral is just overlapping the edge.
Yep.
I'm going to pop it here like that. And then we're going to go in with some of our heat tape. Now, again, remember, you use a fresh piece of tape every time. You don't need much, but once that heat process has happened, it's not going to feel as tacky.
No.
Okay, it's done its job, but it is still a bit tacky, but I would suggest, just so it doesn't move, get a fresh piece.
Yeah, for the sake of a few inches of tape, it's not worth risking the board, the spray, and the ink that you've already put on there. So just patience.
Yeah, because you're not just wasting tape, then you'll be wasting a project.
You are, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we don't want you to do that. But how fabulous is this? I love this. Isn't
So
it cool?
good. It really is. It's
I
so
really
exciting.
need to go next door, but I want to wait and see what this looks like.
Honestly, it's fun. The thing is, I think you just don't want to have it. And it's one of those where it's kind of like you've built the project, you've built your design, and then you get the satisfying result. And that's what's exciting. It's like when you've gone through a stencil and you've built up all the colours and you peel it off and you go, wow, I've got this amazing, dazzling finish. Like with the paste we had on the other day.
Yeah.
But you've got it with a print, and I think that you'll never lose that. Every time you work with it, you're like, oh my goodness, wow,
I know, right?
I've just made this.
It's great, isn't it?
You'll honestly, you'll love it to bits. But explore the millions of downloads that you've got. Okay, explore all of that artwork. I'm mixing my artwork with my photographs. So then you can mix your artwork with your photographs. You can then go through all of those images, even if you've got, you know, Polaroid pictures, or you've got old family photographs where you think, oh, these are only on this photo from 1960s. What if it fades? What if I lose it? Take a photo of it or scan it in. Save it, of course, on your computer. Send it to your sublimation and have it printed on something.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
a
fab.
fantastic process. And the fact that we're bringing you the blanks and the sprays.
Yes.
And we are the official UK distributor for those products with Sublivista in the UK. They've chosen to work with us because of our level of education and because of the way that we do our shows where we teach you how to use the product.
Yeah.
That's really important to them. So they chose us as their UK distributor, which is very exciting. With that, oh, go on.
Right,
Go on, then
okay.
I have to go next door, otherwise we won't have an 11 o'clock show. Oh, David, look at that.
Look at these.
That's lovely.
All our images now come through onto here. I've got to do the next one.
Right, you do that. I'm going to love you and leave you and go next door. Because I've got to set up for scan and cut next, I tell you.
Oh, how exciting.
I must have been really bad in a previous life, because they say no rest for the wicked, don't they?
They
And
do.
yeah, I'm quite wicked.
There you go.
In this hard time too. See you in a bit.
See you later. Bye. Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go and put this design towards the bottom end of our image. So we're going to put this one down here. Then I'm going to give you a recap of everything that we've got on our show, the bits and bobs that have solved through. And remember, we've got those questions. Oh, Mel's left it to me as well to recap on those questions. I don't even know how you say that word. What was it? Aurora Bora or something? I don't know. Got that to look forward to, everybody. Stay with me. So, sublimation, we're going to go pop this one down here, and then I'm going to use a bit more of that heat-resistant tape. And you know, when you're working with this process, it's one of those where it's really therapeutic. I've got no mess. There's nothing else out. I've got with me my substrates, my printer designs, my laptop for additional content, and my sublimation's right at the side of me. I can click print and craft. That, to me, I've got a full circle here, a full chain reaction, which is just achievable. It's something that as you get into it, you realise the value for money. You've done that initial investment with your printer, and by goodness, it is an investment. It's fabulous. It's a piece of kit that then doesn't get put to one side. We are here at Highlight Crafts, even in between shows, we're sublimating things, we're practicing, we're trying new things. Every time we get a brand new download, we all go, sublimation. Sublimation for that has to be sublimation. And we do it. We test it and have a go because we just know it's going to look fab. So again, what I'm doing is I'm pushing my heat down, and the image I've chosen is slightly larger than the footprint, of course. Oh, I've just turned it off with my hand. Let's just put it back on. There we go. 180 degrees is what we're after with that one. Perfect. So I was mentioning there that, of course, the footprint is slightly smaller than the image. So I'm pressing here, then I'm going to transfer it up a little bit, but I don't want to glide around with this. If you start pushing and smoothing it all around, you could ever so slightly budge that image. Even though it's got tape in there, if you're pushing down and moving, you could really push it, and you don't want to do that. So again, pick it up and move it. Pick up and move. The other sublimation that we've done earlier is not going to be affected, so don't worry about that. It may just slightly overlap, and you can see how I've got colour on colour there, which I really like. Love how that one's turned out. And this is a nice flat surface. If you're going on something that's beveled or shaped, it's got a dip to it, it pulls, you're going to find it a little bit trickier because, again, you've got to work into those little areas and your iron is flat. So always when you're picking your surface to sublimate, choose the one that's going to be best suited. Then you're going to get the best results. So, pressing down on here, move around, and let's have a look and see what we're working with, shall we? Let's see. Oh my word. Okay, everybody, look at that. Oh my goodness. This is a project to cherish, to treasure, enjoy, to gift with. Put some string around here, a little bow. I've got a wonderful character here, Snoop in the middle, then with the flowers decorated around it. And it's as quick, simple and easy as that. But honestly, everybody, if you've not yet tried sublimation or you've got your printer, this is the show to get those additional blanks. Shall we show you, of course, some of those items that have been really popular during this hour? Those tea towels and cushions have been flying out. So let's have a look. I'm also going to read some of your comments as well. Diane as well. Oh, okay, she's got that. That's just instantly jogged my memory putting that in, Diane. Congratulations, I think you will have got that correct. Davina says, jealous much, David. Oh yeah, this is the one we were looking at. Sublimation is a fabulous craft. Honestly, if you've not yet tried it, definitely go for it. And that printer, we will be getting it back in for you. We're just working on it. You've all bought them, okay? So we need to get more of those in there. Keep me company though. Keep your questions and comments coming through. Mel's going to be here at 12 o'clock with that tattered lace hour, so really exciting. I'm going to do a quick run through of that quiz because we're going to be drawing the winner in just over about 6 minutes time, 6-7 minutes time. So you're going to want to get all of these in. So Aureolin, is that it? Aureolin is a shade of what colour? I feel like I should know that. Question number 2. What is a word, phrase, number, or other sequence of characters that reads the same backwards as forwards? So, like wow, or Bob, or Hannah, or...
Race car.
Race car? Is that the same? Yeah. Is it? No, it's not. How? That's amazing. That's incredible. Lewis is going to spell it out for me. Race car, is it really? Hello is not one. Pop, that's one. That's amazing. Isn't that clever? Race car is one. Okay, and also number 3 for you. What city is known as the Eternal City? Right, get your answers to those questions in, and if you get all 3 of them correct, you'll be entered into the prize draw where the machine will select one lucky winner and we'll spin the wheel and see what you've won. Okay, I'm just going to recap for you that heat bundle that I was using, which has of course got inside there that heat resistant tape with the heat resistant mat and the heat press itself, is still available for you to get your hands on during this show. If you're thinking of sublimation, getting into it, and you want all of the correct kit for the craft, this is what you need to go for. It's shop heat. It's £66.97. Unfortunately, we have sold out of the wood sealers, but we do also still have some of this left. Now, there's not a great deal. It's limited stock, I believe, for this one. There's not a lot of it, okay? So this here for you is shop, bear with me, shop gloss, okay? £27.99 for this one, right? You've got a £12 saving with this, so fabulous prices on your brand new sprays. This launched only last week as well, and it's the only one remaining of the ones that we did launch. Absolutely plenty of you went for these sprays, and you've already been sharing your results. With this as well, you spray it onto your chosen surface. You don't have to use the white undercoat if you don't want to. You can go straight on with the gloss, depending on what finish you're wanting. And of course, it's going to dry super nice and glossy. Leave it 5 minutes to set, and then straight into the oven at 160 degrees for 15 minutes. Of course, when you're taking anything out of the oven, such as glassware or wood, make sure to let it cool. Put it on a baking tray, or of course a heat-proof tray that's going to be suitable for you to take it in and out of the oven. It's oven safe, so you can use it in the oven that you also put your food in. Don't worry about that. But just let your oven run through a little bit afterwards, just to clear out any of that smell or anything that's created through that process. But please make sure to get it now whilst we've got it. They are all flying out. Shop gloss for that one, £27.99. Sublimation paper, a great one to stock up on. You can't just pop this in a regular inkjet printer and expect to get sublimation results. It has to be the correct paper for the job and the correct ink. Shop paper gets you 40 sheets of this one. It's 120 GSM, which I don't really think matters about the weight because it's the transfer that you're creating, but also with a slightly heavier weight, I guess you do have more durability with that temperature. So it's the right weight for the process. £15.99 for that one. Something else that's been really busy during this show is our substrates. I'm going to start off with the tote bags. Now, again, these are polyester, so you could use them for your rice papers as well. Because they're bright white, you could go directly on these with your rice paper designs, and you'll still get pops of colour, so they will work really well for this one. They're polyester, so you're going to get a nice transfer with that sublimation process too, so please bear that in mind. It's shop tote for 3 of them. You get in there 3 white, these, your extra long handles, so even me, who's 6'2", when I've got it over, it's still below the hip, okay? It's still a nice length. So you've got 3 of those in there for you. Shop tote for those, you've got $2.98 saving on there. That price will of course come down further with your club discount as well. Make sure you're a club member. We do as well have those waffle tea towels. When we say waffle, you might be thinking, what does that mean? Well, you've got this sort of crosshatch, the gridded section on here, which gives you that wonderful texture. Now, textured surfaces still sublimate perfectly. That fabulous, vibrant image that we've got there comes through so crisp and clear, down to the fact of these wonderful polyester tea towels. Now, with your towels, you're going to get 4 waffle tea towels inside here. They wash really well. Standard 30-degree wash is what I'd recommend with your sublimation printing. And they dry perfectly fine in a tumble as well. So you've got all of those to work with. They're all individually wrapped for you, which is great. You've got storage. If you're going to actually supplement an image or a photo or a giftable photo on there, pop it in the bag and send it off. We do have the mouse mats as well. So Shop Mouse is going to get you 3 of the sublimation mouse mats. Polyester surface, prepared for print is what these are. $17.99 for the 3 of those today. Get your hands on those before they sell out. We've also got the 4 cushion covers. Polyester, these are really busy. 60% of the cushion covers are now in allocation, so these are most definitely going to be selling out before anything else. The news was here, and they're a bright white surface. They're a zip as well. They're not an envelope, so you've not got any bumps. If they were an envelope, you'd have like a speed bump halfway down, which means when you iron it, you'd get a little bit of a ridge. With this, you don't. The zips are on the edge with these ones. They're about 40 centimetres square. They're a full polyester. You're going to get 4 cushion covers in total. $19.99 there is all you're paying. These are fabulous. I can visualise all my big rice paper designs that I've been making on top of those. They're going to look brilliant. We do have the MDF tidies as well. I'm just going to run through a couple of these whilst we've got time left. Shop desk for your desk tidy, £29.99. Shop desk for that one. Shop recipe for your recipe box. That there is also $19.99. And for your pull-up tower, it is shop pull at $19.99. Spray these or paint them with your sublimation mediums. Sublimate on them, rice paper on them, all of that. I've got a post-it note on my shoe. Okay, that felt weird. So, I'm going to draw a winner because we've reached the end of our show, everybody. So, what was the answers, Lewis?
It was yellow.
Yellow.
Aureolin.
Uh-huh.
Palindrome.
Palindrome.
And Rome.
Rome, palindrome, and yellow. There you go. Those are your 3 answers. And the winner is...
Josephine Wallet.
Josephine. Congratulations, Josephine. Let's see what you have won on our Spin the Wheel. Number 10, which is 500 points. Congratulations. That was well worth taking part, wasn't it? Send us an email at help@highlightcrafts and we'll get that sent over to you with your details. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining me. Don't forget to check out your baskets and also don't forget to join Mel for the next show, Through That Wall. She's going to be with you with tattered lace. Thanks, team. Thanks, everybody. Bye.